Hello and welcome to this short explainer on agentic commerce protocol. This is part of our Human in the Loop series where we look at AI impacting personal productivity, and business models. And agentic commerce protocol will impact the business model. And the business model is e-commerce, as the name suggests. Now, very quickly, where did this come from? This is being led by OpenAI and Stripe. And a cynical view of how this has materialized is OpenAI are looking for a way of monetizing all those free ChatGPT users. But no matter how it has arrived, it's here and it's live in the US at the moment. And if you're, for example, if you're on Etsy and you have opted in to third-party advertising, you're already on the system and maybe getting some sales. Now, what does it promise to do? It promises to let you buy products from within your chat interface, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, whatever it is. And you'd see your products, and there are, at the moment, 5 products in OpenAI that get shown, and you click buy, and the transaction happens behind the scenes. You don't have to go through all those shopping cart steps, and you're done. Now, if you're a seller, that's great. You get a sale. But the one thing at the minute that's missing is during that sale process, which you would have on your own checkout, that tick box to opt into your marketing, that doesn't exist. So that's something they're going to have to fix. And it's something for you to be aware of. The other thing is, right now, this is a way to get products to the ChatGPT interface or any of these agentic interfaces. And the early signs are that when you are one of those 5, the conversion rates are very high. That should not come as a surprise because there is this thing called the choice paradox. Been researched to death. You have one store, the jam jar one is the best example. You have one store of jam jars, hundreds of jams, another one with 3. Which one gets the best sales is the one with 3. So it's no surprise to me that, as opposed to the Google shopping interface where you can scroll for ages, when you're presented with 5, you will make a choice, so it will convert better. Now, here is the mystery. Because this is so early, how can you influence your product being one of the 5? And the networks are making deals amongst themselves. Stripe checkout, Stripe with OpenAI, Etsy with OpenAI. So if you're already on there, you'll get surface. But again, how does my creation get picked? Again, it's kind of very opaque. But the one thing that is true, which you're going to have to do anyway, is, I believe, double down on your semantic markup. You need to show the meaning of your products beyond just price and titles. So let's move away from this being a way of you selling on ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Claude for a second and look at the other opportunities they could create in terms of business. Now, the protocol itself will allow you to, for example, manifest your own products within your customer service agent. A purchase from within that agent a bit more friction-free than taking them to your checkout. So that's one positive use case, and you could control, and I believe this is live on Shopify already. But for me, agentic commerce protocol is the genie's at the bag, and I think the winners will be people who are on sort of 2 sides of the spectrum. One is very differentiated products, which is maybe why they've chosen to go live with Etsy, although there could be a different reason of why it's gone live with Etsy, because Stripe are the common link between OpenAI, because they've been OpenAI's payment processor since its launch, and they are Etsy's. So maybe it's as simple as that. But Etsy shows very differentiated products because they're made by craftspeople. So that'll be one set of winners, I think, in terms of surfacing products on the platforms, on the GPT interfaces. The other ones will be commodity products, because if you think about it, commodity products you buy on price. I recently had to buy some new LED light bulbs and I didn't care. I just wanted the cheapest. So those products will drive down price. It'll drive down price. It'll remove competition. And we will end up with a very focused amount of sellers around those commodities, but that's a trend that's already been going on for some time. So if you are an independent business, should you be jumping on the commerce protocol? Maybe. And if you're on Shopify, that's already got it. Etsy, Stripe checkout has already got it. It'll be a tick box. What should you be looking out for? The big thing to be looking out for is the traffic that is coming from agents to your store, the amount of, if you're lucky to sell a product through agentic commerce, i.e. from an email, it's not going to be huge. The equation is very different to Google, where you've got this big stream of options to choose from. It'll only be 5, and then you got to pick, and the interfaces of those companies need to pick the 5. The one future thing that I believe will happen, and I believe these companies will need to make a choice between the two. OpenAI have made no secret of it that they are looking at paid advertising within the chat. And I think the paid advertising route, and this is just a gut feeling, may well be the one that they go down, because it'll make OpenAI more money, but it will favor big networks and brands. So you can see how that's going to shake out. Anyway, this video is just a short explainer on agentic commerce protocol. And it is one of those things that is going to disrupt business models. And it's a very AI-centric way of doing purchasing. That vision of your fridge ordering your groceries may be one step closer. And one of the things about this is that because all the negotiation and triaging of, which store has the cheaper commodity, will mean that down the road, when your shop arrives, the pasta comes from Aldi, the fruit and veg comes from Sainsbury's. You get the idea. But that's the direction of travel. It's something to look out for. And this short overview is not the full research. The full research is in the link in the description. And this has been part of my human in the loop experiment, where I look at potential business models that will change how we do business and transact. Thank you for watching.